This is a video that will help you through your final project for this media literacy class. Okay, so you are in module 3, that's where this video is, but I'm going to explain the entire final project with this module. So the very first thing that you need to do with your module and final project is you need to submit your final project thesis and sources. So if I click on that, it's going to take us to a discussion board. And what you'll do is you'll start your thread with your topic and your 2 of your 5 final sources. So that would be down here. And I just want to say, I will reply to this. You would hit reply and then say, my thesis topic is violence in media and how Americans are more conditioned to accept violence than any other country. I'm making that up as I go. So, and then you would have your sources down here. Then what I will do is I will reply to this and give you feedback. So I want to be sure that we don't get, the reason why we do this in a discussion board is because I don't want to get 35 papers that are all about violence in the media. So the faster you get there, the quicker you can claim your topic. Just so you know, this will be open as soon as you complete module 0. You're going to be able to go and do all of the modules if you want to. Okay, so let me go over the actual assignment sheet. You will notice that this assignment sheet is attached to 3 different modules. So let me show you that first. So if you go to module 3, that is where you do your final project thesis and sources. That is worth 10 points. If you go to module 5, that is your first draft of the final project. Again, there it is attached. And then for you, since this is not the student view, right up here, I think that you have something like submit assignment. And then you'll see the whole paper is there with all kinds of, with the rubric that's there as well. There's also a rubric attached to this one. I will be sure, but it's supposed to. So anyway, and then finally in module 7, is the final project. And I think I have to load it in a new window. Oh, that's right, because it's turned it in. Sorry. So let me go back to that. Sorry. I'm going to go back to module 5. I apologize. Okay, so first draft, final project. Okay, so in order to submit it, the tool needs to be loaded in a new browser window. You will click submit, and this is where you have to turn it in through turn it in. What this does is check for plagiarism, and it should give you a report. So what you'll do is you'll submit it, and then it'll say submissions will appear once students have started to submit to the assignment, and then I will go in here and take a look at it. So yours will look a little bit different, and that's not anything that I can actually look at. If you guys have any issues at all, please let me know, and we can talk to the people over at IT. But so far, this has been something that's pretty easy to do. Okay, so let's just take a look at the actual assignment. All right, I'm actually going to download it, and then I'm going to look at it from the paper. Okay, it's PDF. All right, so what you're going to do is in module 3, like I said, the thesis and sources are due, and that's worth 10 points, and that's a discussion board. The second milestone is the first draft, which is in module 5, due on the 29th of July. And the final is due on August the 10th. Remember, that's a Friday. It's not our typical course close on Sunday. Okay, sorry, I'm taking a quick drink. Overall, this paper is designed to allow you to perform an in-depth exploration into a specific form of media. So on this paper, you see tons of topics for you to choose from, but topics are going to come up as you continue to explore. It'll come up from chapter 1, what you want to dig further into. Each topic must be turned in for approval, which is why in this module you're admitting those theses and sources. And then you're going to write a 6 to 8 page paper that will go through one rough draft and then culminate into a final draft. Remember, these 6 to 8 pages, when you're in APA style, does not include the cover and reference pages. The 6 to 8 pages is actually the meat of your paper. So be sure that with your outside sources, those are also peer reviewed. This is a research paper. Do not write in first person. And by peer reviewed, if you have any issues, the library has tons of examples of peer reviewed. I actually have a webinar that I may upload into a Canvas module that talks a lot about researching, especially if you're new to researching. But the library is super helpful. Bottom line says you can't use blogs for scholarly. It's something that's peer reviewed, something that other people have looked at and credited and said, yes, this is definitely a viable source. So be sure that your research topic is explored through the lens of media literacy. It gets easy to get away from that, believe it or not, because media is the window to so many different things. You have a tendency to always ask yourself if you are media literate in every word that you write. That will help. Let's see. So a list of possible topics. These are broad, and you'll have to narrow and be more specific. You could look at the historical presidential election coverages, different news outlets, how they covered elections in different ways, how much coverage third party may be getting. So that's all the bias in chapter 9, what you could look at. You could do how the media is influential in persuading the public. Right now, I think this will be hot. Look at Facebook and all of these different ways that social media helps promote. Cultural imperialism, you could talk about the regulation of new media and net neutrality, and how that changes with administrations. This is one of my personal favorites, analyzing a TV show with a critical theory lens. You can look at feminist theory or psychoanalysis. I can help you with theories, but if you just look up or Google media critical theories, you'll find a ton, and it's a blast. Social media and how it influences news gathering, not how it affects how people communicate. I've seen that paper 1,000 times, and I just really think that that's been explored. I wouldn't do it unless you have a great heart for it and you really, really have to talk about it, but I'm more critical with those papers just because I'm tired of reading them. Social media and its importance on setting legal precedents. Media and user-generated content. How is the consumer more or less media literate because of this? You can compare TV news. You can look at the news and how it frames certain subjects like gun ownership and things like that, and how media plays a part. Everything from like you could talk about suicide with 13 Reasons Why and the different parent agencies that regulate that kind of thing. It's endless. So below you will see the paper milestones, and I won't read all of those out, but this will tell you exactly when something is due and when you will have feedback from me. So basically you're going to apply what you've learned in the class and to explore deeper into a different form and function of media. Please start early. It's a pretty long project, and I know we have a short amount of time, so just work on it a little bit early because I really think you'll enjoy it. The paper expectations, as this is all outlined here, and the rubric is also here as well. I grade through the rubric. I just want to be sure that you all can see it too with Turnitin, and I'll research that as well. So happy researching, happy writing, and if you need anything, just let me know.